Today, I would like you to spare me 5 minutes of your time so I can share the creative process behind songwriting. Like me, you might have many questions. What is the driving force behind creativity? Where does inspiration come from? Can songwriting be taught? Do drugs and religion play a part? With any luck, I will learn something about the creative process, and so will you. Every craftsman needs a set of tools. If you want to create something, you need a set of tools. So, what would you say are the tools for songwriting?
First thing a musician needs to create a music is the correct mindset. I would say where creativity is concerned, what's going on in the mind is more important. You need to be able to see things from a different perspective, or from another viewpoint, if you like. You also need the obvious as a musical ability, which some people have a natural ear for, and some people had to spend years and years trying to learn such a skill.
Songs have different meanings. Some attempt to conceal what they're really about, and some are very abstract. Could you please tell me about an original idea and the inspirational development?
Inspiration can come from anywhere. What you would, from an artist's point of view, when you create a song, you want to take somebody somewhere. You want to take them away from their normal lives and make them think about something differently. So the least you can do as an artist is to go and find inspiration from anywhere. I think it's important to avoid a cliche. So if you're writing a song about the sea, you've got to be a little bit abstract about it and try and make the listener believe that the sea might be something else. So you provide stepping stones through your song, and only at the end may you reveal what it was all about. So there's a journey in a song. So you've got to find that journey from somewhere, and the inspiration today can come from the sea.
Some songs take years and years to create. How do you know that a song you've created is complete?
When it is complete. Some songs are never complete. They evolve. Take a song such as Where the Streets Have No Name from U2. What it was, what it is now, and what it will become may be different. It's got a lifespan of its own. And in that sense, some songs arrive quite easily and are quite easy to write. And some songs, they don't arrive. Some songs are hard. They're a challenge all the way through. But essentially, I've always thought that a good song works as a full band with lots of music, with lots of production, but it can also be stripped right back to its basic parts to just be a voice and a guitar.
We've all had the stories of the influences of drugs on the rock and roll lifestyle. Drugs seem to go hand in hand with the creative flair. I'm thinking Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, all members of the 27 Club, people who died at the age of 27. Why do you think songwriters turn to drugs as the excuse that it may help them?
Excuse. I like that word, excuse, because I think songwriters could be forgiven for using it as an excuse, using their art as an excuse to just get high or get wasted, or is that a bit harsh on them? But the truth is, you have to find yourself in an altered state. You have to break reality. You have to break your routine. You have to get into a different state of mind, and you can achieve that with drugs, yes. But you can also achieve it without drugs. You can achieve it by just changing your daily routine, going somewhere different, finding a different way to look at something.
As a listener, some songs come across as very personal. For example, Ed Sheeran with Thinking Out Loud, whereas other songs such as Barbie Girl come across as very less personal. When you write a song, how much do you consider the audience and how much do you consider yourself?
That's an interesting thing that you pick up Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is a great songwriter, and he writes from a very personal place, and some of his songs have got to come from a personal place, but they can also be lighter-hearted as well, such as your I'm a Barbie girl in a plastic world, which grates on me, because a song has got to have depth and meaning, and for somebody to derive a personal experience from it, you've got to put a bit of personal feeling into it.
Music and religion appear to be deeply rooted or intrinsically connected. There's a huge history based around music and religion going hand in hand. Do you think religious influences affect songwriting?
Religion has its place in songwriting. If we look back history, right all the way back to biblical times, where you've got hymns, you've got psalms, gospel music, it kind of evolved out of it. Personally, I don't really want to start dishing out religious views right, left and centre. I'd like to leave it up to anybody. But if God's your thing, then if God's what floats your boat and it makes you sing, it makes you create, it makes you want to be part of creation. You know, if God is the ultimate creator, then wouldn't he be the best songwriter in the world? I mean, I don't know. I'm being ruthlessly subjective, but if religion's your thing and that's what helps to make you create, then yeah, go with it. You know, it's a good thing. But I think it can be helpful. But I also think it can taint what you really have to say, because you're not really saying it from you. You're saying it from how you think you should say it to fit in with your God. How would God say all things bright and beautiful? If that's not what you want to say, then why say it at all? If it's not something that you should say, a song should be personal.
And finally, what nugget of wisdom would you give to an aspiring artist? What's your best advice?
Oh, advice. It's very difficult to answer this without sounding like an old teacher. But the first advice would be a total cliche: practice, practice, practice. You need to work at your art to be good at something. And the best advice I could give to any aspiring songwriter is to live your life and live it well.
The creative process behind songwriting is more than just sitting down one day and deciding to write a song. There's a difference between a song that was written simply to get on the chart compared to a song that has faith, hope and love. A songwriter has a willingness to share something. Even if one person gets it, it is successful. The creative process isn't just one set route. There are many. Everyone is different and everyone can get inspiration from anywhere. Songwriting isn't a step-by-step list that can be taught. Only the songwriter themselves know how they want to write their song.
I'll find you evermore down the road, down the road. The years are sailing by, oh my. One day is gone, the next is over.